Welcome back. As always, it is your friend, your host, Arachnid Soul, here today bringing you, finally, after waiting anywhere between 10 to 12 years for a new Fire Pro Wrestling game, Fire Pro Wrestling World. It released just a couple of hours ago on Steam. And this is not a live commentary. This is an online match that I had, the very first online match I've ever had on this game. I went into quick join and somebody hopped into the lobby. We both picked wrestlers, and these are the two we picked. Now, this game only has generic wrestlers in it by default to avoid legal issues, but anyone who's played Fire Pro knows that this game series has maybe the best create a wrestler, create a boxer, create an MMA fighter, create a kickboxer, whatever you want to call it, in video game history. And then it's also got a very deep logic system. I'm not going to go into that, but basically it determines what the wrestlers do and when they do it. Also, do not forget to check out the Steam group that I started for this game. At the time of making this, we're at 370 members. So if you're going to be playing this game and you're going to want to find friends or new people to play matches with or play leagues with, the Steam group's a great way to do it. Also, it's a great way to suggest ideas to the development team because this game is still in beta. For years, I've been trying to figure out exactly what I think the best pro wrestling video game series is, and I've thought, well, is it the virtual pro wrestling games on Nintendo 64? Is it the 3 King of Colosseum games? I mean, there's been so many great wrestling games that have come out, and I've decided that I can't pick a greatest wrestling game of all time, but I can pick a greatest wrestling series of all time. And when I think about how many great games have been in the Fire Pro franchise, this is the best wrestling series of all time. Little Ultimo Guerrero move there. They've added 80 new moves to this game since the previous game, which was Fire Pro Returns. I suspect that they will add more moves. And just look at how the action flows. I mean, everything is timing based and everything is hand drawn, but everything is so smooth. Another thing I was worried about was, because it's so timing based and we're playing this online, what is the net code gonna be like? I don't have 3 seconds after we engage in a grapple for the game to recognize that I put in a command. Meanwhile, the other person's command is recognized straight away because then I'm just gonna get destroyed. But so far, what I've seen in this game, the netcode is great. I haven't noticed any lag. There's been no freezing. I've yet to disconnect from a match. And I've played 3 or 4 online matches after this match since this. And let's go back for a second. I mentioned that the game only has 30 generic fighters in it, and it does, but the development team has said that since you're playing this and it's a new day and it's modern, we're going to let you have as many downloaded fighters and as many created fighters as your hard drive can hold. This game is only out right now on PC, again in the Steam store, but we know it will be coming to PlayStation 4. And we will also be able to use the workshop. In fact, the workshop's already up. At the time of making this video, I saw a couple of guys in there, not too many, maybe 15 or 20 guys. I didn't really scroll through. I also had a match before this one because I didn't just want to jump online if the controls were going to be real different, and as I said, they're not to previous games. But I had a match offline. It was me versus a bot, and it was more of an MMA match. It was a pro wrestling match, but I picked 2 shoot fighters, so there was a lot of strikes, a lot of chain wrestling, a lot of hooks, holds, submissions, and the match is so good. And by the way, there's blood. And the blood actually stays on the mat in this game. So I will be uploading that match tomorrow. Maybe let me know down below in the comment section if you're thinking about getting this game. I highly recommend it if you're a pro wrestling fan, if you're a professional mixed martial arts fan, if you're a fighting video game fan, if you're just a gamer. I think that people who have no interest in combat sports would honestly be able to play this game and absolutely fall in love with it. There was a lot of speculation that, oh my god, you know, hopes have been so high for games previously, not in this series because they've knocked them out of the park every time, but with other game series, and then the game comes out and the game doesn't deliver. This game has delivered, and this is early access. This is one of the most complete early access games I've ever seen. And just to talk a little bit more about the MMA matches, You have two types of MMA matches in this game. You have more of the origins of MMA, kind of the old school Pancrase UWFI style, which is called SWA rules in the game. And then you have the more modern UFC style where you're in something that kind of looks like an octagon, but I think they've changed the number of sides just to avoid lawsuits or anything that might come up there. But honestly, I don't see anything wrong if somebody just bought this game purely to play the MMA rules matches. I haven't experienced any tryhards yet online. Everybody's just having a good time. Everybody's just feeling the game out, enjoying things. I'm having good matches. I'm having fun matches. I'm having matches that make sense. And for people who haven't played this game before, who might be nervous about getting it because they think they'll go online and get owned, there is actually a tutorial mode that walks you through the basics of this game. And I think we're just about out of time, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Once again, do not forget, the link to the Steam group I've started is down below. Join that group. Hell, let's play that commercial, Beverly, for the Steam group. And I will catch you girls, you guys, and everyone else out there because I'm about to get back to this game later. Fire Pro Wrestling World, that's coming to both the PlayStation 4 and PC via the Steam store. Fire Pro Returns is one of the best wrestling games ever made, and we finally have its follow-up game in Fire Pro World, the first game in the series to let you play online. Join the group and help support the game and the game developers. In the group, you'll be able to ask questions and leave comments in the forum, as well as find partners and opponents for matches. You can join right now. The link is in the description below. Click the green Join Group button and you're in. Bring friends and please share this video. Thanks for the continued support of this channel, and please support this new Fire Pro Wrestling Steam group by becoming a member, even if you've never joined the Steam group before.